AITA for ending my fiancée's bachelorette party after she called cheating pre-commitment fun. Hello. I, a 31-year-old man, and my now ex-fiancée, a 29-year-old woman, had been together for 4 years. We were not perfect, but things were going well. We barely argued. We were both financially stable and had been planning the wedding for months. I am self-employed, investments, real estate, some consulting. I am not flashy, but I have my life in order. She worked in event planning, mostly weddings. Ironic, is it not? She had been excited about the bachelorette party for weeks. She told me the whole plan. Girls only. They would rent a big Airbnb for the weekend, wine, movies, maybe some dancing. It all sounded pretty tame, she assured me. No clubs, no weird party buses, no strippers. I asked her if she was sure. She told me not to be insecure. I did not push it. The day of the party, she was still at my place. We lived separately. Her lease was not up, but she came over a lot. I have a 2-bedroom apartment. One is my office. Before she left, she was making a racket looking for some earrings. She gave me a kiss and said she would text me when they got settled. Around 6 p.m., she texted that they had arrived, had snacks ready, and were listening to 2000s music. Just as I expected, we chatted for a bit while I made dinner. Nothing weird. By 9 p.m., she stopped responding. I figured they were drinking or singing karaoke. The usual. At midnight, I was getting ready for bed. I went to turn off my computer in the office and noticed it was not off, just on the screensaver. The weird thing was that her messenger was still open on my desktop. She had used it earlier to write to her group chat while they were coordinating the pickup. I guess she did not log out. I was not snooping. I was going to shut it down, but I saw a message come into the group, a gif of girls dancing. I opened it, and at first, it was just innocent videos, taking shots, dancing barefoot, yelling. Then, another video showed the front door. One of them opened it, and about 10 guys walked in, all strangers, shirtless, with bottles in hand, smiling like they knew what they were there for. At first, I thought they were waiters or strippers, but they did not look like they were hired off Craigslist. More videos. Her laughing, dancing with them, one girl biting a guy's waist. And there I saw her, my fiancée, sitting on the couch with 2 men on either side of her, laughing like a teenager. Then she leaned over and started kissing one of them. Nothing discreet. An intense kiss. Hands on his face. Then she turned and kissed the other one, everyone applauding. After that, the camera showed her walking down the hall with the 2 men, hand in hand, entering a room. Minutes later, they came out, and everyone cheered as if they had broken a record. I just stared at the screen, stunned. I went to the bathroom thinking I was going to throw up, but nothing came out. I just looked at myself in the mirror, trying to convince myself I had not seen what I saw. I went back to the desk and, without hesitating, downloaded all the videos, every single one. Then I recorded a direct video of myself. Hi, it's your ex-fiancé. Just so you know, I saw the videos from the party. The wedding is off. I hope it was worth it. No yelling, no smiling. I saved it, backed it up on an external drive, then sent it from her own account that she had left open to her friend's chat. I knew what was coming. Minutes later, notifications exploding, videos being deleted as if they could cover up what I had already saved. Then the calls, first her, then her friends, then people I barely knew. I did not answer. I was not going to join their circus of excuses. I went to bed, though I did not sleep, not out of sadness, but out of calculation, remembering every time she talked about trust, about loyalty, about how we were different. Right. And the best part was, my real move had not even started yet. The next morning, my phone was blowing up with so many calls and messages. I turned off notifications, opened my laptop, and compressed everything into a folder I named my fiancé's final audition. Yes, I was being sarcastic. Then I posted it. Not the videos, just the selfie video I recorded the night before, the one where I called off the wedding. I uploaded it to my personal, private social media account. I kept the caption simple, wedding canceled. No explanation needed. If you send a gift, you can request a refund. Nothing dramatic. No frills, just cold facts. Within 10 minutes, her family started liking the post. Some even commented, "Hope you're okay, man." Her uncle texted me asking what had happened. I did not reply. Let her tell him. Let her explain why her maid of honor was filming her while she played musical chairs with 2 random guys on a rented couch. About 30 minutes later, A video call request came in. I was tempted to ignore it, but I accepted for purely strategic reasons. She appeared on the screen instantly. Her eyes were red. Her makeup was smudged as if she had tried to cry to look innocent. She was surrounded by at least 8 of the girls from the party. A couple were off camera, whispering. She started with, "Okay, listen. I know how it looked." I did not say a word. It was just a bachelorette party thing, a little fun before the wedding, like a tradition, you know. I remained silent. One of her friends chimed in. It was nothing serious. Okay. The guys were strangers. It was not even planned. Another girl, one I barely remembered from the engagement party, said, "It's like a performance, like role-playing." Nothing happened to anyone. I tilted my head slightly, still not speaking. My fiancé leaned closer to the camera and had the audacity to say it was playful, not cheating, just energy, just a release before the commitment. Did you not see I stopped after the kiss? That was it. A harmless moment. Then she made that face, that twisted smirk women make when they think they are being clever, and said, "Honestly, you should be happy." I got it out of my system. "Now I am all yours forever." That is when I raised an eyebrow. The nerve. Another girl jumped in. "It's not like she slept with anyone." You did not see anything like that, did you? At that point, it was like watching amateur lawyers trying to defend a criminal with a signed confession and a backpack full of stolen goods. When no response came, she started to fall apart. First pleading, then crying, then getting angry and changing the script. "Why are you acting like this? You're ruining everything over a joke. You will not even let me talk." And like clockwork, she flipped it. "I do not deserve this treatment. I have been loyal for 4 years, and now you're ghosting me over one night. You're overreacting." Oh, right. I was overreacting after watching her play pass the parcel between 2 guys in front of a crowd. When she calmed down for 2 seconds, I said my first words. "Just 5 of them. Anything else to add?" She froze. Her mouth trembled as if deciding whether growling or screaming would work better. Then she shook her head. I did not hang up. 2 minutes later, my inbox exploded. Her sister texted me. Her maid of honor sent voice notes. One of them tried the angle. "You're a man. Be strong." As if masculinity meant forgiving a betrayal because of the guest list. Later that day, I changed the locks on my apartment. She had a spare key. Not anymore. I gathered all her things she left at my place. Makeup, shoes, chargers, half a dozen bathroom items. I put them in a giant box, labeled it, went to her parents' house, and handed it to her mother without saying a word. That night, her cousin sent me a DM. A cool guy. We had met a few times at family gatherings. He wrote, "Man, I do not blame you. If I were in your shoes, I would have posted more than a status. I would have burned her life down." I had not decided if I was going to go nuclear yet, but seeing that message confirmed one thing. I was not crazy. I was not overreacting. I was not fragile. I was just done being lied to. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this was not a slip-up. It was not a moment of weakness. This was her real personality when she thought I would not find out. That meant the girl I was going to marry did not even exist. She was a mask. Now I had to decide what to do with all the material I had collected, all the messages, all the backups, because she might have deleted everything on her end, but on my end, everything was still intact. And she would soon find out exactly what that meant. I did not blow it up. I did not post a single video of her. I did not leak screenshots. I did not even say her name on the internet. I did not need to. I had something better, her fear. And believe me, fear travels faster than drama. While she was running around begging for sympathy online with her, "Please respect our privacy during this difficult time," I was preparing a controlled, silent, contained demolition. They would only see what mattered to the people who mattered. First move, her father. He had always been respectful to me. We were not close, but he is one of those guys who nods at you at barbecues and helps carry tables when no one else offers. I sent him a file with no message, just a password-protected folder called FYI. It included 2 short videos, her making out with both party guests and one of her entering the bedroom. No comments, no anger. Let the material speak for itself. 3 hours later, he called me. He did not say hello. He just sighed and said, "I understand now." And he hung up. Second move, the Airbnb host. I checked the listing. Her friend had booked it in her name, but my ex was the one who coordinated everything, talked to the host, sent instructions, and handled the guest list. I sent the host a message explaining there were unregistered guests, possible filming of adult content, and security issues. I attached a time-stamped clip. In less than a day, the listing was reported and temporarily taken down. Her whole group was blacklisted. Meanwhile, my phone stayed noisy. Not for lack of effort. She texted me 27 times in 2 days. I counted. Half were apologies. The other half were attempts at emotional manipulation. I made a mistake. I did not sleep with anyone. I swear. You are being cruel. This silence is emotional abuse. You are better than this. No, I was better than her. Her friends started to cave too. You could tell they were scared I would make everything public. 2 of them sent me random, "hope you are okay" messages, as if they had not helped orchestrate the party version of a group betrayal. Then one of them broke ranks. I think her name was Brooke. She sent me a voice note. I did not even ask for it. She just spilled everything as if the guilt had been boiling over. She said, I told her not to do it. She was not even drinking. She planned the whole thing. The guys were invited. It was not random. She called it her free pass night. I left early because I knew this was going to blow up. I saved that audio and marked it as gold. Then came the best part. One of her clients wrote to me. One of the brides from her event planning job told me, "Hey, I know this is awkward, but I heard you and Jenna broke up. I did not want to get involved, but I wanted to ask. Should I be worried? I heard something weird and people are talking." I replied, "You should ask her directly. Just be aware, not everything you hear is the whole truth. I have the proof if she tries to spin it." That was enough. 2 hours later, that bride canceled the contract with my ex and hired someone else. My ex posted something cryptic, like, "Losing clients over jealousy is so low," as if someone had sabotaged her life. No, miss, you gave me the matches and poured the gasoline yourself. Then I made sure she knew I was not bluffing. I sent her a single message. If I see one more lie about me, one more attempt at manipulation, one more post twisting what you did, I will send every video, screenshot, and message to your vendors, your clients, and your little influencer friends. This stays quiet only if you do. She did not respond, not a single peep after that. That is when I knew silence worked better than any post. She was not afraid of being exposed online. She was afraid of being exposed to the people she needed, the ones who mattered in her social bubble, the ones she could not block or mute. The rumors started to spread anyway. I did not even provoke it. People talked. I heard someone at the gym say, "Hey, did you hear about the girl who threw a frat-style party at her own bachelorette?" They were not even talking about me. That is how far it had gotten. The bridesmaids chat also leaked. Someone sent me a screenshot where she said, "It was supposed to be fun. He is overreacting. I just did what everyone does at their last party." One of the girls replied, "He literally caught you, and he is still not ruining your name. You are lucky." By the end of that week, I had all the videos, every chat screenshot, one of her own bridesmaids leaking her plans, her father silently cutting ties, her client list dropping her like expired milk, and her entire friend group walking on eggshells, afraid of being next. And I had not posted a single thing. Everything was still contained, but the damage was spreading on its own. You see, I did not need to light any fires. She was standing in a dry forest with a blowtorch, with no idea which way the wind was blowing. I just had to stand back and let her run out of oxygen on her own. It started small. Discreet messages between people who were not even that close to her. An old college friend sent me a screenshot. A girl from a mutual group vaguely asked, "Did she not have a wedding coming up?" And the reply underneath, "Not anymore." Nothing viral, just whispers. Enough to make her nervous. 2 days after I warned her to stop lying, she doubled down. She made up a new story. This time, that we had had a fight, that I was stressed, that the wedding was on pause, not canceled. She told this to her hairdresser. Problem: the hairdresser's fiancé plays in my fantasy football league. I found out that same night. I was not even mad. I was just annoyed that she still thought she could control the narrative after everything. So I sent her a message. "Tomorrow at noon at my place. Come alone." She showed up exactly at noon, probably thinking I was going to give in or have some dramatic change of heart. She even had that fake sweet face on, the "I am still adorable" expression she must have practiced in the mirror. But her eyes were bloodshot, and her posture was that of someone clinging to the last thread of hope. She came in slowly. She did not even ask if she could, just assumed she had permission. I did not say anything until she put her bag down and stood there waiting for a hug. Then I dropped it. It is over. Her mouth opened as if she was about to launch into a speech, but I cut her off by raising my hand. No games, no spinning, no new versions of the story. You cheated on me. You lied. You tried to bury it. And now you are going around saying the wedding is just on pause. No, I am making it clear. This is done. Cancelled. Final. She blinked as if she did not understand the language I was speaking. Wait, can we at least talk about this like adults? I took a step back. Adults do not invite strangers to a rented house and call it a tradition. Adults do not kiss two men on camera and then say it is just energy. Adults do not lie to vendors, friends, and family to save face while blaming me for leaving. I was trying to fix it, she whispered. No, I said. You were trying to control it. There is a difference. She got defensive. So what? That is it. For years erased. One night, and you act like nothing mattered. You erased it. I just accepted it. She clenched her jaw, looked around as if looking for something to throw, and then she said it. The phrase I knew would eventually come out. I told you I was drunk. I did not mean for it to go that far. I laughed, once dryly. Being drunk does not explain inviting 10 guys. Being drunk does not explain walking into that room hand in hand. Being drunk does not make you smile for the camera while your friend yells, "Get it, girl." You were not drunk. You were thrilled. She dropped the act completely. Seriously, are you going to do this? Are you going to throw everything away over one mistake? That was not a mistake. A mistake is putting salt instead of sugar in your coffee. What you did, that was a choice. Multiple premeditated, recorded, repeated choices. That is not a slip up. That is who you are when you think no one is watching. She tried one last desperate play. She walked toward me, tried to touch my arm. I can be better. Just give me a chance to prove it. I stepped back. You already did. You proved exactly who you are. Then I pointed to the door. Now get out. She froze for half a second as if she was going to argue again, but I was no longer looking at her. I picked up my phone and started scrolling as if she did not exist. Finally, she grabbed her bag, muttered something under her breath. I think she said, "You will regret this." And she left. I did not follow her. I did not say goodbye. Door closed. Silence. This is where it got interesting. She tried to invent a new story for her family, that I had cheated on her, that I was with another girl, and that the whole bachelorette party thing was my invention to cover my own guilt. I found out from her aunt, with whom I always got along. She texted me asking if we could talk. I said yes, but only her. We met at a coffee shop. She arrived with a folder. Inside were printouts of her niece's recent messages to different family members, trying to flip the whole thing around. The aunt looked tired. She is dragging everyone into this. I do not know why she is making it worse. I showed her some videos and screenshots without explanations, just the raw truth. She sat motionless, jaw tight, thanked me, took her folder, and left. 2 hours later, my ex posted, "Losing family over lies is the worst pain." No one replied. Then came the legal blow she did not see coming. Remember the Airbnb? The host did not just ban the friend who made the reservation, they went all in. Apparently, there was damage to furniture, a broken lamp, stains on the carpet. They claimed it cost them a canceled booking and cleaning fees. When they wrote to her, she feigned ignorance, saying she was not on the reservation, but her messages had already been handed over. She was the one coordinating, sending schedules, giving instructions to sneak people in through the side door. The host filed a formal claim for damages. They named her as a co-responsible party. The sum, just under $3,000. When she tried to fight it, her own friend, the one who had made the reservation, gave Airbnb the entire message history. She threw her under the bus instantly. Jenna wanted those guys to come. She planned everything. Now my ex had to answer for property damage, cleaning, and penalties. And since Airbnb blocks accounts involved in such claims, her travel profile was terminated. Goodbye, nice vacations, goodbye girls' weekends. She even tried to book another place for a healing trip and was automatically rejected. She started calling people playing the mental health card. I know because one of her friends texted me out of the blue. I had never really spoken to her. She said, "Hey, just so you know, she is going around saying you are emotionally abusive and that you manipulated her into staying quiet. People are asking." Perfect. I checked my archive and sent a single file to that person, a clip from a video call after the party. Her, surrounded by her bridesmaids, saying it was just a game and that I should let her have fun before the wedding. You could hear her laughter in the background while a friend tried to cover the camera. That friend never spoke again, and the emotional abuse narrative disappeared silently, as if it had never existed. Then I heard about her latest move, trying to reinvent herself. A week after being quiet, she reappeared with a new Instagram account. Soft filters, mindfulness quotes, and those captions that scream, "I have changed," without having changed at all. New username, same illusion. She called herself a conscious planner for modern brides. I laughed. She tried to book a venue with that account. A vendor recognized her and forwarded me the request. "Is this her?" I replied, "Yes, do what you want. Just do not expect silence if she slanders me again." The vendor did not book her. They said their schedule was full. It was not. By the end of that week, she had lost 3 clients, been blocked by 2 vendors, and received an email from Airbnb saying the damage claim had been officially escalated. If she did not pay in 14 days, they would start collections. And I had not said a single word in public. A friend of mine from her apartment complex told me he saw her arguing with her mother in the parking lot, screaming that everything was going wrong and that everyone turned against me. No one turned, they just stopped covering for her. Friday night, I received a final message from her, long, unhinged. It said I had ruined her future, that I did not have to take it this far, that she wished I had been a man and forgiven one mistake. A mistake? You do not invite 10 strangers to a rented house, kiss 2 of them, lock yourself in a room, lie to everyone, manipulate your way out of it, flip the narrative, and drag your own family through the mud. And then call it one mistake. That is not a mistake. That is you. I did not reply. There was no need. Because that week, her life fell apart. Not with fire, not with noise, but with the truth. A quiet, sharp, inescapable truth. And I still had not pushed the nuclear button. After everything she did, I thought she had already hit rock bottom. No, it turns out she could still dig deeper. She wanted a healing trip for herself. And guess with what? With our honeymoon reservation. We had made it months before in my name, round-trip flights, hotel, guided tours. I paid with my card. She handled the communications. After everything that happened, she must have assumed I would cancel it out of spite or that I would forget, but no. I waited. And 2 weeks before the trip, I called the agency, gave the reservation number, confirmed my ID, and requested a full cancellation. Refund processed to the original payment method. My account. Simple. I never told her. She found out the hard way when she tried to call the agency to reschedule it. She wanted to turn it into a solo retreat. They told her the reservation was already canceled and that the refund had been issued to the cardholder. She accused them of theft. They told her the money was returned to the name on the card. That name was mine. That night, her father called me. He told me she was accusing me of financial manipulation. I told him the truth, sent him the invoice, the proof of payment, and the refund confirmation. Not one extra comment. He replied, "Understood. You will not hear from us again." Click. A few days later, I started hearing from acquaintances that she was ghosting people, but not me, them. People who had sent cash or contributed to the honeymoon fund with apps or envelopes. She was not answering their messages. Some had given her money at the engagement party and now wanted answers. Not everyone was looking to get their money back, but they did want to know why she was ignoring them. One guy told me he had given her $600 as a wedding gift. She used it the next day to buy herself a camera to create content. Another said she promised to pay him back for helping with venue decorations that were never used. I stayed out of it. People believe lies if it helps them feel superior. No likes, no comments, just another echo in her empty digital hallway. Then came the disaster with the vendors. There was a florist she still had not canceled with. She thought she could reuse the contract for another event, maybe disguise it as a healing party or something equally delusional. The problem was that the florist had already spent money ordering supplies. She asked me to pay the second part of the bill. I told her to talk to my ex directly. She did. My ex replied that she was working on new dates. The florist did not buy it. She contacted her aunt, who by then had completely sided with me, and got the truth. There is no event. You are being scammed if you think she is still planning something. The florist charged her a cancellation penalty. $1,200. She tried to argue it. They sent her the signed contract. She begged them to lower the fee. They replied no, that she was not the first problematic bride, nor would she be the last. That same week, her father discovered she had already spent part of the gift money. Not saved, not set aside, spent on clothes, decor, skincare, and a self-care honeymoon spa day she posted on social media 3 days after being caught cheating. He froze her credit line, canceled the joint account she used for wedding expenses, and told her mother he was tired of enabling fantasies. The news spread quickly in her family. Her circle was shrinking fast. 2 of her closest friends, the ones who had remained loyal throughout the scandal, removed her from their shared planning board and stopped answering her messages. While she was falling apart, I was racking up wins. I sold the engagement ring to a private buyer. Cash, no drama. I used a small part of it to donate to a nonprofit she used to mention to show off, but never actually supported. That same day, she tried to text me again. She said I was provoking her and being passive-aggressive. I did not reply. Instead, I forwarded the message to my lawyer friend and told him, "Save this in case she tries anything stupid." He replied, "Expected. She is circling the drain." The last straw came when her mother called mine trying to mediate. She said that both sides had made mistakes and that everything had gotten out of control. My mother did not hold back. "Your daughter kissed 2 men on camera, lied about it, blamed others, and dragged her own family into the scandal. My son has not said a single word online. We have nothing to talk about." That conversation never came up again. By the end of that week, she was without a job, without refunds, without friends, and cut off from everything. A former coworker of hers sent me a message. She has been asking if we are hiring. We were not. And so she became living proof that lies do not need to go viral to destroy someone. They just need to sit long enough in the right inboxes. The last I heard, she moved back into her childhood bedroom. Her father told people she needed time to reflect. I agreed. She should reflect on how you can plan a wedding for years and still not be wife material. That phrase stuck with me. It was not something I said just to sound witty, it was the truth. She had the dress, the venue, the Pinterest boards, and the fake smiles for social media, but none of it mattered. She could not maintain loyalty on a single quiet weekend. How the hell was she going to sustain an entire life? But apparently, she still did not get it. I did not hear from her for over a week. I thought maybe she was finally processing everything, maybe sitting in her childhood room, realizing how low she had fallen. I did not expect peace, but I did expect the chaos to be over. I was wrong again. It was Tuesday morning when it happened. I had just finished a call with a client and was about to make lunch. The doorbell rang. I checked the camera first. I always do now. There she was. Put up, no makeup, eyes swollen like she had not slept in a week. She was standing at my door as if she still belonged there, as if nothing had happened. I did not open the door. I spoke through the intercom. "What do you want?" Her voice broke. "We need to talk, please." "No, we do not. I know I am sorry. I messed up. You know that, but I lost everything. My job, my friends, my money, my reputation. We can start over." I said nothing. She raised her voice. "Did you get what you wanted? Now everyone hates me. My dad will not talk to me. You won. Just let me in." I stayed silent. Then her tone changed. "You think you are better than me now? Just because you stayed quiet while they destroyed me." I leaned into the microphone. "I have always been better than you. You are just now realizing it." That is when she exploded. She started pounding on the door with both fists, screaming, saying I ruined her life, that I owed her a chance to fix it, that I was being cruel, that men always play the victim until someone confronts them. I stepped back, grabbed my phone, and called the police. She kicked the bottom of the door twice before walking away to the side of the building. I kept the cameras recording, logging everything. She did not get far. When the police showed up, she was sitting on the curb in the parking lot, pretending to cry. I gave them the recordings, showed them her previous messages, explained the history. They gave her a warning for trespassing and told her not to come back. She tried to play the victim as if she were the one being abused. One of the officers stopped her cold. "Ma'am, you showed up here uninvited and refused to leave. You are lucky this did not end with handcuffs." She looked stunned, as if she believed the rules did not apply to her, as if her emotional apology was supposed to reset everything. That was the last time I saw her in person. Meanwhile, I kept moving forward, not rushing, not on the rebound, just steadily. I bought a new condo on the other side of town, bigger, quieter, with better views. I also started dating someone. Nothing serious, nothing intense, just normal. A girl who works in IT, barely posts anything on social media, and has never used the word manifest in a sentence. It is refreshing. She knows about the wedding. I did not hide it. I told her the story as it was. Her reaction, wow, that is insane. You handled it better than most guys would. Damn right I did. And her the last I heard, she was doing basic office work for her cousin's landscaping business, living at home again, still blocked by most of her old friends, still ignored by vendors. One of them even screenshotted her name on their internal blacklist. People still ask me if I ever thought about truly exposing her, publishing everything, making her viral, making her famous in the worst way. I did not need to. Everyone who mattered already knew. Everyone who believed her was already gone. And the rest saw my silence and understood. She made all the noise. I just did the cleanup. Sometimes the best revenge is not public. It is peace. It is not having to look over your shoulder. It is not wondering what lie is about to explode. It is knowing she has to carry the weight of her choices with no one else to blame. So no, I did not ruin her life. She did that all by herself. I just refused to save her from it. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.